It's a journey into the unknown. 6 of Australia's fittest athletes on a 2-week road trip.
Come on, mate. Push, push, push.
They are Ironmen, masters of the surf. But now they face challenges that will take them out of their comfort zones in ways they've never known.
Oh, bro. Ain't good.
From day to day, they aren't told what lies ahead.
We came to party, we came to race, so let's do this.
Last time, a sand mountain saw the start and finish. In between, a razor-sharp reef. And the winner, Hurst, was wrongly accused of cheating.
You missed a can, mate. No way.
How do you get from there to, from A to B so quickly without doing something wrong?
Oh, there's it. Yeah, so, as you can see, Guy won fair and square. A little bit dirty out today, to tell you the truth.
Today, a supreme test of conditions.
I feel the smiles have gone from yeah to ooh.
Will it pay to jump first and think later?
Gold was on, didn't even think about it, just launched off.
Who will be the champion of deep water? It's early days, but this road trip is already taking its toll. Matt is off to the doctor after cutting his foot on a reef during the first challenge.
That coral reef on day one is going to be a problem as they move on through the series. 14 days carrying coral cuts, it's not going to be very pleasant. I'll numb it up and everything, mate.
Are you stitching it? Have a good look.
Oh, I've never had stitches in my life. I don't want them. He's got needles. He's got needles.
Close your eyes, deep breaths, relax. It's just like a Karcher clean out now, okay? Just going to sort you out, mate. We're going to stitch it up.
Hard on the outside, but it's all an act. I'm just a gentle giant.
The injury could affect Matt's chances in Challenge 2.
Kendrick and Kai are getting on pretty good after their little first day tiff. I thought they nearly got in the ring on the first day, but they've made up pretty well and they're sharing the same bed now. But Kai has most of it. Kendrick just...
Yeah, we hugged it out last night. No, there was no blow-ups. What was the blow-up?
A little bit of antiness on there?
No.
I woke up the other day and they were in bed spooning, so I think they've certainly made up.
Mate, we miss our girls. What else are we meant to do out in Western Australia?
just confirmed, as the suspicions were. They're sharing a bed.
Now that they've worked out their sleeping arrangements, the boys hit the road for some downtime.
Devil's Drop. Sounds real safe.
Welcome to Kalbarri Sandboarding, guys. This is sandboarding to the max. Dunes are bigger and you will fly down these dunes on these boards, I can assure you of that.
Turning up and being told to do something is just like, sweet, let's do it.
We're in the devil's lair and we don't even know it, mate.
It is all about back foot control. So just take it nice and easy.
Big sand dunes, just looking around, everything looks like basically a big, a child's playground.
little jump. What are you going to try and aim for? Go, Kai. He got it! He got it! Like Sir Edmund Hillary going up Everest.
The fun is over. The countdown to the challenge is on. Heading into the unknown, the Ironmen are on their way to their second challenge.
Today's challenge, you know, as far as what we know, we've got a wetsuit that we've got to use, flippers, booties.
You know, who knows where we're going to be? We could be, you know, in the gorges or jumping off rocks, or who knows. So I think there may be a little bit of running or rock running involved.
What they will face is a race unlike any they've done before. Kai Hurst is relaxed. He already has a win to his name. And if experience counts for anything, he is the one to beat.
I love the ocean, and it's as simple as that. Whether I'm surfing, whether I'm body surfing, whether I'm paddling, as long as it's in the ocean, that's been my priority since day dot.
3, 2, 1, go!
I started surfing since I was 2. My whole family was involved with surfing. I joined the board riders at like 6 years old. Just progressed from there. I think about 9, I joined the local surf club, and it was just a really good fit. 14 actually, when I first trialled back in the day, the old Hendy days. I was 3rd until the ski leg, but because I was so small, I went from 2nd or 3rd right through to 16th. So just missed out, but it gave me a real good taste of what Ironman racing was all about. Here we are, 17 years later, and I'm still doing the same thing I was doing 17 years ago.
He's a guy who doesn't like standing still wherever he is.
I have been to a couple of Olympic Games, and I've raced all around the world, both open water and pool swimming and Ironman racing. I've swum in some crazy locations.
You may grow old, but you don't have to grow up. Kai is a 32-year-old adrenaline junkie. If there's one thing that really keeps him young, it's 11-month-old son, Koa.
My little one, Koa, is too small to run around with at the moment, but I'm really looking forward to the next couple of years with him as he grows and develops. Can't wait.
It's all part of the journey for a waterman who knows no limits.
Really what I want at the end of the day is knowing that, you know, I've pushed myself beyond what I thought I could go and walked away from it.
Welcome to Eagle Gorge.
A treacherous stretch of coast. Only days earlier, the fury of the ocean would have prevented a challenge taking place.
As soon as we pulled up at the top of the hill, I looked down and I was like, what the hell are we going to be doing today?
The athletes have arrived in calm conditions, but the reputation of this area demands precautions are taken. Competitors are taken through the course in a pre-race briefing that spells out the dangers.
I was sort of looking at it like, oh, this isn't too bad. You know, this is going to be really fun. You know, it's definitely not like we normally do as an Ironman race. You know, we do a lot of running and some swimming, but nothing on the rocks and stuff.
That's eerie. I was like, oh, coming to a little bit of a cliff here. Which way do we go? Around the cliff we go up? They're like, no, down.
I feel the smiles have gone from like, yeah, to
The Rock Run Swim Challenge begins with a short run over exposed rocks to the first of 2 jump-off spots. The athletes will then swim back to their starting point and run along another rock shelf before their second cliff jump and swim to another secluded beach. After a 300-metre out and back run through a gully, they pick up flippers and head for the finish.
You
know, half the distance is running, half the distance is swimming, but you probably run 4 times faster than swimming. So it really suits Kaiser, 2-time Olympian swimmer.
3 stitches in my foot yesterday. Waking up today, it's already infected. And even then, just walking through it, I was like taking a step and I'm constantly got to lead with my left foot.
Boys, jump how you want to jump, swim back around to the beach that we were just on.
For these guys to kind of negotiate across the rocks and then leap and jump off into the water, it's I suppose, exciting and a thrill, but also a little bit of a fear there.
Guys, you understand that, like, and we're going to say it simply, a set's going to come in, you're not going to jump before the set, you're going to jump on top of the set or just behind the set.
Just please be careful that if someone has just jumped, do not jump straight in on top after them, like spread out.
We kind of got all the elements that we wanted, the element of surprise, the fear, and then also the competitiveness too, that, you know, they're all trying to succeed, but they understand that there is caution on this course.
Ready, boys?
Good luck.
As soon as a race is on and the gun goes, it's funny how quickly an athlete can forget any sorts of injury or pain and just so tunnel vision in just being competitive and trying to win.
It was one of those races that was just on from the start. The pace was quick.
We were scaling across the rocks and it was super just bumpy and everyone was taking little different lines and it was pretty crazy.
We just sort of ran for probably about 200, maybe 300 metres on the rocks, and it wasn't too bad.
Cool, you got young Buck Tannen, who realised that if you got onto the rocks first, you got to jump off first.
And I was like, all right, just goggles on, didn't even think about it, just launched off.
It's the second challenge of the Deep Water Series. A rock run and swim with some adrenaline-packed jumps. A dangerous challenge that will favour the bravest. Rookie Tannen Linden took the early lead.
Got to the cliff, like face where we're jumping off first, and I was like, all right, just goggles on, didn't even think about it, just launched off. And then all of a sudden just felt this straight next to me.
I was just praying I wasn't going to land on anyone. I've come back up and I'm thinking, oh, don't anyone jump on my back.
We started swimming around. We had to swim from one cove. We all swam around pretty much in a pack. And all of a sudden, the waves were surging up onto the rocks. The first thing I saw was an orange wetsuit. I think it was either Shannon or Tannen standing up on dry reef, and like you could see the waves just crashing straight at you. And we're like, oh! All the boys are ducking under him, and it was something I've never really experienced in a race.
Something that we're good at in our sport is reading the conditions, picking rips and channels where water's moving and which direction. And as usual, the riskier line was always the fastest, and that was going close to the rocks.
Yeah, it looks like Kane had a pretty handy lead. Looks like he's got about 2 or 3 body lengths there, Wes.
He's powering. I can't believe he's that far ahead of Kai at this stage. The boys are swimming and running really well. Kane is exceptionally fit. He's so fit.
Yeah, I went pretty good at the start again. I had a bit of a lead.
They had to really coordinate and be strategic to how they got up the rock faces.
Just ran along straight up along the rocks, and Kai took a real low line, and I was following Kane, and I was like, mate, we're going pretty high here. While all the other boys were running down underneath us, we got around the other side, and there was the next jump rock there.
We were trying to basically land on that one point, push off the bottom and go straight into a swim stroke. So I hit that ledge third and jumped off, and Kai was still coming down as I was in the air, but just to the left of him, and Kendrick was pretty much on my shoulder, so there wasn't a real lot of margin for error.
When you're swimming around over those rock shelves, the amount of barnacles that are there, I saw one of them, it would have been a little bit bigger than a 50-cent coin, just coming up to like in a cone shape, and it was just like, I don't want to get brushed over that.
Kane actually swam out to sea. He went from first to about 4th or nearly 5th. He swam off course.
I overshot the beach a little bit because I didn't realise it was going to be so short. It was only about 20 metres and we had to turn and go in. I saw those guys turn and swimming in and then they sort of passed me. I think it was Kai, Kendrick and Pooley. So I had to swim back and jumped on their tail.
I've seen Kane leading most of the races, and I think that's probably the toughest thing to do because you've got to pick the course and someone can see behind you that you're a little bit too far out and they can cut in. You know, if he sits back and has a look, he could probably decide which way to go a little bit better.
At one stage I was sort of grabbing onto rocks, pulling myself along, and I ended up standing up first.
He swam across the dry reef and went to the lead. I think he cut himself again.
We had to run up into the gorge, around the turning marker, back down the gorge and grab your fins.
I was a little bit disappointed with positioning-wise in that race, definitely.
Kane put himself back into the lead because he ran through the gorge as hard as he could.
I wore flippers since I was about 10, so I knew it was going to be hard to beat Kai because this was practically mainly all swimming, and especially wearing flippers.
I hadn't put on a pair of fins in a really long time, and it's the first time I've raced, to tell you the truth, in a pair of flippers.
Kai naturally being a good swimmer, we knew it was with that long swim to finish, it was going to be hard to stick with him, and I knew I just had to hang in there, and if I could get myself a good result today, it could put me back in a good position for the title or the championship.
Into the final stages of Deepwater Ironman Challenge number 2, Kai Hurst has his sights set on another victory.
This challenge really suited Kai, the swimming, so he's the best swimmer in our sport, probably of all time in our sport.
2 for 2 by the look of it, huh? They all sat in good positions, but it's just too hard to beat Kai in the swim. It's just too hard.
Well done, Kai.
2 for 2, mate. Well done.
I knew it was going to be a battle for second, third and fourth, and I was swimming with Kane and Kai was out in front and Kendrick pulled up beside us.
But we ended up going around the buoy that was in the middle there, where it was a bit of a stuff up, but I tried to cut on the inside, and Kane I think he was adamant that he didn't want to miss that can, and it was sort of like he might have thought you had to go around it, but another navigational error by myself, but...
On your pulley.
Good job, mate. Well done.
Job, Kane.
Good job, mate. Good job. Yeah, Kenny. Well done, mate.
I thought, for sure, Shannon was going to come back around the outside of me, but he didn't, and I ended up 5th or something like that, and, it's not the best result, but that was the funnest race.
Good job, mate. Well done, Shannon.
Good, Shannon.
Obviously, Kai is off to an amazing start, 2 from 2, and we expected him to do well in this one, but he was definitely a surprise in challenge number 1.
Kai's the man out in front with a double victory, back-to-back wins, but all we can do from here is chase him.
He just knows the water, mate. He knows what he's doing. I think, it doesn't matter how old you are, but he knows what to do. He knows how to win.
Well done, boys. Rock run swim is done. Congratulations to Kai, 2 from 2.
And there's going to be plenty more fun to come, boys. So, well done. You boys will have a chance to try and peg him back in the next few.
Pack it up, get some food, get some water, and let's move on. Rip back in tomorrow.
We got a long way to go, and look, I'm not getting ahead of myself here, so 2 from 2 is fantastic, but, you got some amazing athletes here, and no doubt they'll start kicking into gear real soon.
After the boys finished, we actually just went and did a couple of the jumps. It looked like so much fun and we didn't want to miss out.
amazing little gorge which runs right up from that first rock jump, right up to a sandy beach inside.
This cave was just amazing. So I'm back out. To be able to experience this and share this with these boys is pretty special.
Oh, how's your holiday?
Next week, a dark beginning for a fishing trip where there's more on the line than bragging rights.
So, have you enjoyed your fishing? This is going to suck.
Lost at sea, next week on Deep Water.
Put your hands up, it looks epic with that light.